Whew, folks, how are we going? I've just seen the kickoff. It's literally just happened. Goodness gracious. I just filmed the review for the Ireland and South Africa game. I haven't even had time to change my clothes. We're here for Australia against France. How's everybody going? My poor missus has got the kids all by herself for the next 2 hours on the other side of the house. How's everybody going? For a time check, I am 30 seconds in. I'm watching on my telly, which is usually the slowest of all my viewing options, so I'm probably miles behind everyone else. And we got the Aussies hot on attack. Daramundi, mate, good morning. Good luck to your boys. We'll see how they go. It's a big ask away against the French, isn't it? Time sounds good. Okay, good to know. Well, yeah, because a lot of you guys will be on Amazon, so you'll also be streaming rather than watching on like terrestrial television. So you guys may also be a bit delayed like me. Anyway, Cody's drunk after watching the Ireland and South African game. I'll bet. La Massier just ended for Gus. Does that mean I'm ahead of you? I may be dropping spoilers, man. I wouldn't blame you if you drop out if I'm dropping spoilers. I am 1 minute and 30 seconds in right now. Jesus says the Kiwis are losing the league 12-0 to Fiji. That's not supposed to happen. I'm here for the people desperately needing Rugby League World Cup updates. Good man, Tony. Good man. How good were those semi-finals last night? By the way, Women's World Cup. Amazing. Opinion of the neutral of Ireland, South Africa? It was an epic one. Oh, bro. Proper arm wrestle that game. Two titanic teams. How many guys left the field injured? Lots. Oh, Antoine Dupont's going a bit of the old facial fuzz. Is Van der Fleer top 3 in the world? The guy is classy. Very classy operator. Kiwis are 12-6 down. Okay, fair enough. Warning from Scotland, I'm streaming and about 50 seconds behind me. Jeez, that's unusual. I'm pretty regularly 40 odd seconds behind everyone else, but as I said, this is one of the few times where I'm usually watching on some kind of stream because I use the online option of my local sports broadcaster, which is slower than if you're just watching via the antenna, right? Whoa, Wallabies, big scrum. They've got themselves a penalty. 2 minutes in. So yeah, if you guys are all watching on Amazon, I know a lot of you are, then yeah, you're probably just as slow as me for a change. What a game of rugby that was. Ireland's defence was on fire. Thanks for ripping the shirt. I would like to say wearing the shirt was a plan for Ireland's epic defence at the end. Truth be told, I didn't have time to get changed because I had to finish that game, record a video, upload it, publish it, and then get the stream live. So, yeah. Either way, it works. I will say there's no TV broadcast of this game. It's on Amazon Prime. Exactly right. So everyone has to stream it. I think there's a bird in your house, Tony. Well, don't let Lydia find her. She'll be mad. David, who are we rooting for? I mean, I honestly like to go for the underdog in the cases of a neutral match. It would be crazy to see the Wallabies go to France, this like undefeated in ages French team, and get a win, right? Like nobody's predicting the Aussies. But Australia have taken the lead. Three points to 0. Let's update the score. Alad, mate, how's it going? Alad, just quietly, I'm kind of glad I didn't live stream the Wales All Blacks game. Oh, by the way, I haven't seen either of the games that was on at 2 o'clock in the morning. Italy against Samoa and Scotland against Fiji. So if you would be so kind, if you could flood the chat with false or possibly true scorelines, then my chances of getting spoiled by someone else in the chat asking me, "Oh, what did you think of Fiji's big upset win?" They're a bit. It puts my brain in two minds if I've had a bunch of false answers and maybe some real ones in there as well. Nobody's mentioned them yet, so I'm assuming the favourites won both, but I will watch them after this game. I can rewind your stream so I'm in sync with you, but it makes a big delay in your comments. Oh, okay. Oh, no worries, bro. That works. Makes sense. Fiji won by 8. 33 all. Italy 22, Samoa 21. Okay. Some good results. I mean, if I was a proper fan, I would have got up at 2 in the morning and watched them both at the same time, wouldn't I? But, yeah. France have got a chance to even things up. I got the Aussie commentary team, by the way. I'm not sure if you guys also have Aussie commentary or if Amazon are doing their own broadcast. Italy 60. 69-0. Scotland won by a single Blair Kinghorn kick from 55 metres. I look forward to watching it. Great to see Foley back. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. I did not see the Foley. I did not see the Foley recall coming, but sure enough, it came. France have evened things up, so it's 3 points apiece. No advantage early. A delay made the reading of all those crazy results a bit odd, yeah, I'm sure. Guinness was on full flow, and now it's dominoes. I assume you're meaning pizza rather than you're actually going to sit down and play a game of dominoes. Right, there's been a knock on from a high ball, so we shall have another scrum. Hollywood, how's it going, mate? What time is it where you are? When I'm streaming at night, it's usually horrendous for you, but I'm assuming right now it's going to be not too bad. It'll be like afternoon. Minus 60 to Italy. They got penalised negative points. 3 p.m. Not bad. 3 p.m. is actually pretty reasonable. Right, French scrum. What's Big Taniela going to do? Cyril Byers not had a lot of game time. Neither's Intermac, but he still clears. Callaway with the big up and under. Ramos has got it. Sounds like World War II outside. You guys have got the fireworks going. That's what I had last night. No fireworks here this morning. Ireland versus Australia is 8 p.m. and 9 a.m. for you. Would be nice. Ah, nice. That might be one to have a wee stream of, mate. This time kind of works because I managed to get the kids, well, my wife, to be honest, managed to get the kids all breakfasted and dressed. Both sides are opting for the aerial route early, aren't they? Oh, French have won a penalty. Jaco puts his hand up. Are the All Blacks back or are Wales poor? There seems to be some just thing where, like someone else mentioned it in one of the comments, where like Wales can pretty much beat anybody, but against the All Blacks they never play that well. So I don't know what it is. It's hard to read too much into that game. Oh, that was Aldridge over the ball. What a turnover. My dad hasn't sent me any messages this morning, which is surprising. Ramos is going to have a long shot at goal. Wales were very bad, says Distracted. Yeah, Wales were not the best. I mean, you know when Justin Tipperick is missing a pretty straightforward tackle on Dalton Papali'i, something's not right. Right, regular service has resumed. And the French are now in front, 6 points to 3. What do I think about the Springboks fly half depth? They've got a fair few fly halves. It's just they don't play them. Like Husson and Libok and Smith. Like, they got a few guys, but they've insisted on Pollard getting the lion's share of the minutes, and then Elton filling in every now and again. And then Damien Willems there is kind of the utility, eh? So, it's an interesting call. France kick it out on the full, so momentum swings back to Australia. Ireland jerseys win as much of a clash as you anticipated. Nah, there was a lot made of that, and it ended up being... Rusty was right. Rusty said, I think they look pretty different in the pre-match stuff when he was asked about it, and he was like, nah, it's not going to be a problem, and Rusty was correct. We should basically just all listen to Rusty. I am at 10, or pretty much 11 minutes right now. It's just clicked over. Scooter Man, yeah, that was a big win, wasn't it? Wallabies going to have a chance to even things up. Only 20 seconds behind. Unbelievable. Where's this tackle off the ball? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Clattered into Hooper. Are we going to see any tries in this game? So far, it's a battle of the penalties. You got in the background currently building a PC with Rugby on one monitor, build guides on the other. That is a monitor which is usually hooked up to a laptop which sits here. But the laptop is here right now. It is 6 points apiece. Sad for McCloskey. Yeah, man, I was absolutely gutted for him. The guy has such a hard time getting bloody minutes anyway. When he finally gets a start, gets injured. Hi, Sinead. You can't hear. Stay for a few minutes. Okay, bro. Safe travels. Like the stream. Always a good reminder. I always forget to ask. Sinead is very good at getting those reminders out there. Oh, yep. It's going to be a 5-meter line out to the French. Prediction for this game. I predicted the French by more than a try, I believe. YouTube loves interaction, Ellen. It does, mate. Absolutely loves a bit of interaction. Everyone says Ireland would lose. Did they? I think Ireland were the favourites with the bookies. And the rugby forecast algorithm. Ramos is taken. Here we go. Fiku's got good hands. So does Dupont. Big Cyril by. They've gone through a bunch of phases. It's quick ball. This is looking pretty ominous for the Aussies. Oh, big tackle. Was that Parecki? Michael Hooper pulls Tony Alatupa back. Stay onside, son. Oh, but it's a try. Had to come. Had to come. It's Olive on. Relentless. Relentless French pressure. How good are Ireland, Kevin, mate? Pretty bloody good. Pretty bloody good. Does anyone else do tiny flags, or is it just the French? Do they do tiny flags? Wait, what? Oh, double movement, for real. What? How's the full-time YouTube life going, Scooter? It's alright. It's alright. I would describe it as kind of part-time parenting, part-time YouTubing. Because sadly, my missus has to work from an office most days. Oh, Foley's mistouch. Kia ora, April Tui. How's it going? Why do Kiwis always give up at the ref? Do we? I think every country moans about the ref to some degree. My dad's always going on about the refs. I don't know what it is. He's obsessed. Oh man, the Wallabies are under all kinds of pressure here. They just need to get the hell out of their own 22. Go, Tom Wright. Guys, quick, go. Oh my God, if this is a try, this will be one of the tries of the year. Go, 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 go. Oh my God. Like 30 seconds ago, they were looking almost like they were dead and buried. Unbelievable. Wow. Holy Foley gets it to Ikitau. Jeez, that's crazy. That's a proper coast-to-coast try. Oh my goodness. That's unbelievable. Oh man. Yeah. Have you guys seen that? That was amazing. What's the name of the Aussie fullback? Campbell. Right, had gas on Pinot though, didn't he? Oh, Intermac just couldn't quite grab the legs. of Faketi. Wow. Amazing avocado in the middle of Murrayfield. I haven't seen that one yet. I'll be sure to watch it shortly. Wee flags. I see what you did there. I need to update the score in a second. It is 6 points France, 13 points Australia. I was just writing a lengthy note about that try in terrible handwriting. There we go. Time, Miso, is 18 minutes, 57 seconds. One thing about this Ireland hat is it kind of hurts my big head. It's got a metal piece, which has got the like clamp for adjusting. Maybe I've just got it on too tight. Maybe my head's just too big. France are focused on next weekend. They better not be. They don't want to be caught with their pants down. Get a smaller head, I know. Big head solidarity. I do have a large head. What can I say? Oh, what's the actual time, Miso? It's 20 past 9 in the morning, 9:22. Just got up, Jules. What was the score in Ireland versus South Africa? Anyone block your ears now if you don't want to know the score, if you don't want to be spoiled to it. Just like I don't want to know the score in Scotland's game or Italy's game. 19-16 to Ireland. .67 centimeters. I've never actually measured my head, but I know it's pretty big because sometimes I buy hats or I get hats and I'm like, man, that's kind of tight, but I know it's not the hat. I hate the font they've chosen. You can't see the time. Maybe I'm on a different one. My one looks pretty straightforward. 13 hours ahead of GM team doesn't feel like it should be a thing. Yeah. We make a big deal about being like the first country to do stuff. We're the first country to see the new year, first country to do this and that, because we're near the international dateline. I think technically if you wanted to have 2 New Year's parties, you would like do New Year's in Auckland and then fly across the international dateline to somewhere in the Pacific where they're on the other side of the dateline. You could do it and have 2 New Year's parties. Victoria was getting a kebab. Well, the Aussies have scored. You missed a hell of a try, Victoria. You missed one of the tries of the season. Sorry to say, but it's true. Why are South African fans complaining about the match? That was a good match. I think one of the tries looked like there was a forward pass between the two of the props, but it's one of those ones where it might be an optical illusion because one guy, the guy who passed it got hit backwards and the guy who received it had his back to the way he should be traveling. You know, usually you catch the ball that way and then he caught it kind of behind him, so he looks like he's in front. I'm not sure. It might have been legit forward, but the optics of it didn't look great. But it was kind of unnatural because one guy's going forwards with his back and one guy's getting hit backwards. So, if that makes a lick of sense, hopefully you know what I mean. Oh, Late's joining the stream, but you saw the try. Okay, good to know. Pass from Finlay. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, Alex. We have the tip link below. Hey man, love your videos. Thanks for the streams too. Great to hear commentary on live games. Oh, awesome, bro. Appreciate that, man. I need to move this alert box up, don't I? Maybe the text is too big. But nah, I appreciate that, Alex. I don't know if a cheers counts when it's water, but there you go. And thank you to whichever mod just took care of those bots. That's early bots. Good job, Jez. I appreciate it, man. I missed what that penalty was for, but I can see Foley's lining up a kick. The All Blacks are playing Scotland next week, mate. What was that penalty for? Sorry, folks, I missed it. Oh, he's missed it anyway. What's the mathematical equation for how much money to get a beer down me? What does that mean? It's 9 o'clock in the morning, man. Oh, cheers, Kevin, bro. Money for the beer fund. Thank you, mate. French playing it on the ground. Thank you, Edward, mate. Mods may have mistaken Hanjo for a bot. Surely not. Surely not. Australia's doing alright, Boom Squad. Australia is looking okay. Yeah, neither side's keen to play in their own half, which is what the commentator reiterates. Ramos, what's he got? Kick to Bernard Foley. What's he going to do? He's going to kick it. Oh, got a decent kick chase this time. Nick White slams him into the ground. Good man. Not much, but respect. Nah, bro. Every little bit helps, man. Plus €3 over in New Zealand is like I'm a freaking millionaire. Our currency ain't worth that much. Touch Club group chat was fun this morning, I bet. Much talk about this game. The goal kick in the South African game, yeah, it wasn't great. I don't think was there like 4 tries and nobody kicked a conversion. Colby hit the post with one. Oh, about the ladies game. Oh yeah, true. Goodness gracious, those were 2 of the best games. They were phenomenal. Sorry, that was yesterday for me, so that's like ancient history already. D-Mac should be in the All Blacks after yesterday's performance. Maybe, Scooter, but it's just a hard one. And who do you put D-Mac in for? Like, I think if Bodie gets injured, then D-Mac is 100% in the squad. But at the minute, I don't know. Maybe he goes to a World Cup because he can cover so many positions, but yeah. Go on, Jezza, ask the cat a question. James got 2 free beers from the Guinness Predictor app. That sounds like life is good if you're getting 2 free beers, to be honest. D-Mac is joining the Barbars. Yeah, that's true. The Barbars seem to have a few players lined up, which should be a bit of fun. Australia might just have France's number. Well, still early days. We're only 28 minutes and 10 seconds in, so still lots of rugby to be played. Third place playoffs, should they be scrapped as nobody wants to play in them? I mean, I know at World Cups it's sometimes nice for the guys who maybe haven't gotten a game. Like some guys probably get like one game against Namibia in the pool stages and they don't get another game. It's nice to see them get one more game. Yeah, nobody wants to play in them, but the All Blacks looked decently chuffed to win third place last time. You know what I mean? Like, as bad as that was, if you know what I mean, they still seemed, you know, they got a medal. Well, we're going to do that scrum again. Third time lucky, fingers crossed. France to pull away easy after 50. Yeah. Time will tell, and I guess the benches will tell too. Ladies' games were on early morning, so I only caught the second half of New Zealand-France, but what an ending. That missed penalty, eh? That's the stuff of nightmares for the French. Mexican waves going around the Stade de France as they set the scrum for the third time. As an Ireland fan, I'd die for a third place match, yeah. Once you guys get over a quarter final, man, you guys are going to win a World Cup, I swear. Right, here we go. That's a stable scrum. DuPont has a wee snipe, but the pass is not great. That ball is messy. I'm surprised it didn't end with another scrum. Fontaine is the all-time football World Cup goal record because he scored 5 goals in the 1958 third place game. Oh, Parecki's been pinged at the breakdown. France have got a free shot. Peno's off his wing and having a wee run. Oh, advantage again. Nick White is definitely trying to get all up in Antoine Dupont's face this game. Have I watched any of the Rugby League World Cup? Not a second. Not a single second. Jaco Piper's trying to get involved. He narrowly misses getting clattered into. Oh, they've knocked it on. Back for the penalty. Laid a lot of ghosts to rest lately. World Cup is next on the list. I can imagine. Honestly, once they get that monkey off the back, the World Cup is their oyster. Time on the board. I am at 31:55. So, believe it or not, this first half is not too far away from being done. Oh, Fergal Crosby donated $10 at the tip link below. Cheers, mate. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. I'll certainly get myself something fine to drink with that, mate. Thank you. Pinot reminds me of Brian O'Driscoll, how he runs. Beautiful. He is graceful, isn't he? If you can call a rugby player graceful. Right, Ramos has slotted that one. So the gap has narrowed. It is 9 points to 13. The crowd, April Tui, is honestly amazing. I never realised just kind of how good fans could be. Because New Zealand fans, if you haven't been down here, we're pretty laid back. We're a bit low key. Like you'll notice, New Zealand crowds don't have the same atmosphere as crowds like this. Like when I was at the World Cup 2011, the pool game between the All Blacks and France, I went to that game, and yeah, man, there was one section of all French fans, and they were making more noise than the rest of the stadium. I thought they were going to break the stands they were in. They were just jumping up and down and making noise. Like I was wowed. That's how you're supposed to be a fan. Fiji just got another try to start the second half. You should be watching France against Australia, man. Screw the league. 9 points to 13. Cracking game. Number 2 team in the world against our Anzac brothers. Power play goal makes it 3-0 to the Jets. Who are they playing? Chicago. Jez is watching both. Yeah, Jez is doing it right. French crowds are great, but they can turn on their own team pretty quickly. Ah, okay. Saturday afternoon, a beer and rugby, Lisa. Life is good. Oh, man. Speaking of Anzac, what about the Lions? Yeah, I saw that they're proposing a possible Anzac team to play the Lions. I did a video on Patreon about it, just quietly. But, yeah, I pretty much said that they probably won't be able to pick any of the top string guys. It'll be like a All Blacks 15, Wallabies A, Barbars team, basically. Bordeaux game has more atmosphere than an All Blacks game. Yeah, I don't know what it is. We just don't have the culture of like singing or like really chanting. We just kind of sit back and watch the game. Maybe chant like black, 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 black. But that's about it. Yeah, Faketi's leg's looking bad. I didn't even see him go off. First rugby game was Scotland v Ireland with drunk Irishmen behind me. Anthem started and they belted the Irishmen without anyone in the stadium. Then the Scotland anthem started. Wallabies concede another penalty. This could be a 1-point ball game. Irish belted out the Scottish anthem louder than anyone else too. Nice. Have I slept since the women's game? Scotty, I did have a sleep after the second semi-final. And then I got up 4 o'clock in the morning for the Wales-New Zealand game. So I've missed 2 of the games that were on at the same time, but I have avoided the results thus far. So that's my plan for after this game. Ramos has certainly kicked it. The scoreboard is looking mighty close. 12 points to 13. It's the narrowest of leads. Distracted's trying to watch both games. You get distracted, mate. One game's going to distract you. At least with Union, there's a lot of stop-starts. I've occasionally been known to double-watch Union games, and often when that game's got a scrum being set, the other game's got some action, and then vice versa. French announced where they announced the players pre-matches class number, and then first name of crowd responds with the surname. I don't think that would work here because people wouldn't know, which is sad. But like the announcer at Eden Park, like for a Blues game, the announcer will announce the players, and then there'll be just a cheer after each guy's name. But if they're an All Black, they'll get more cheers, and if they're like a star All Black, then they'll get a big cheer. Like everyone's like, "Oh, I know that guy." But a lot of people don't pay that much attention. Could this be an Aussie half without a card? If they could survive 30 seconds, then yes. Oh, it's a turnover. Is it Flamand? Man. Can France exit with 20 seconds to go? Thomas is loving the Irish jersey. Cheers, man. I'd love to say I wore it specially for this game, but I mentioned earlier I just didn't have time to get changed because I was in a rush. What do you think about names on the back of the jerseys? Actually, that's a good topic for a video. Names on the back of the jerseys. What do people think about that? I don't mind it. Oh, Fiku has knocked it backwards, apparently. Aussies need to get the hell out of Dodge. Don't give away a penalty, Australia. Did he release it? Is it a turnover? It's going to be French ball. Oh my God, they're going to score. Oh, no way. No way. The French didn't just score there. I thought Fiku knocked it on way back when, but the ref said it went backwards. Holy moly. That's crazy. There's only like 20 seconds to go. Trust Australia to concede a try from that position. Honest to goodness. Marchand, what power to get that through. Your Aussie commentators don't think he got it down. Wait, the TMO is getting back into it? What's going on? Now it's halftime. Jeez, it's all over the shop. $19-13 at halftime. Goodness gracious me. What a kind of bizarre finish of the first half. Even Yako was just kind of like, okay. Weird. Yeah, the grounding didn't seem that convincing, but I'm generally happy to go with the benefit of the doubt for the attacking team. Drew Mitchell is looking perturbed by that. Right. I'm just trying to get... There we go. I just want to get the stats up, but I also don't want to see the results of the other games. Watch the Kiwi game during halftime. Okay, that's a good idea. Somebody tell me when the rugby comes back on, please. Did anybody see Mark Hunt fight Sonny Bill Williams? Mark Hunt, like, must be almost 50, right? To be honest, I've only seen like a short YouTube video which showed the kind of key moments. But oh wait, is the Rugby League World Cup not on Sky? Is it on Spark? Because I don't know Spark. Oh, that's a bugger. But yeah, Sonny Bill got knocked out. Sorry, mate. I don't have Spark Sport. No rugby league. I can watch Wolves against Brighton in the Premier League. Or I could watch Nottingham Forest play at Brentford. I have been not watching the Premier League so long. Nottingham Forest and Brentford certainly weren't in the Premier League the last time I watched Premier League. It's on the BBC in the UK. Okay. Well, I could probably watch that on my phone. The trip after the kick could have been better on Fiku. Yeah, so maybe they're lucky they scored the try anyway. Watch from live. Watch from live. No. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. Nottingham Forest won the European Cup twice. That was way back when. Way back when. Right, let's grab the halftime stats here. But Nottingham Forest were always a championship team when I watched the Premier League. Right, possession is 60-40 to the French. Territory 53-47 to the French. Clean breaks is apparently 0-2 to the Australians. Was Fiku's not a clean break? Run meters 183 to 237 to the Aussies. Defenders beaten 12-6 to the French. Offload 7-1 to the French. They do love an offload. Connor, mate, how is it going? Connor is absolutely chuffed. No doubt speaking about Ireland's result. I can imagine. Hey, somehow I've managed to break my coverage of the French and Aussie game. I got Drew Mitchell looking perturbed. Right, there we go. I have a suspicion Sky Sports New Zealand have spent all their money on the Rugby World Cup and the English Premier League. I don't think they had to spend any money to get the World Cup. They basically just traded... They traded Rugby Pass for it. But, yeah, a bit bizarre, wasn't it? Is it bad that I was kind of glad Sonny Bill Williams got knocked out by Mark Hunt? Like, Sonny Bill Williams fought someone who was, like, actually a professional fighter and got knocked out. For some reason, for me, that felt like this is how things are supposed to go with the world. The ruck slap epidemic. Yeah, it's kind of cheap, isn't it? But I don't think there's anything necessarily against it in the laws. It's one of those ones that they might end up banning. Just wish the same would happen to Jake Paul. I can honestly say I've never seen a second of a Jake Paul fight. Kind of, thankfully, I guess. Right, let's see if I have a BBC account so I can put the league on my phone. Hey, my password was correct. Right. BBC. Rugby League World Cup. Watch live. I have a TV license. Sure I do. Luke here would have preferred Spark Sport to get the Rugby World Cup. I don't know. Distracted also likes Spark Sport, but I'm in with Sky. I don't like Sky that much. They're expensive, but they at least have a lot of rugby on. Right, I officially have the league going on my phone. If anyone's ever heard me talk about ExpressVPN before, this is why I have a VPN. 18-12 to Fiji. I didn't even know Fiji had a rugby league team. I hope World Rugby turn Rugby Pass back into a streaming service for games and not broadcast in particular countries. I can't imagine they will do that. I think they're going to be a mouthpiece for everything World Rugby, but you might be right. That doesn't seem like the biggest crowd for a rugby league game. A lot of people were giving the women's game a lot of grief yesterday for Kiwis not turning out. Dominated the game with the shocking ref cross. I don't know, man. The way they spilled that ball out of the back of that ruck, even if that pass was forward, which I'm not 100% sure it was, like, you can't be dropping the ball out the back of that ruck like that. Missed some kicks and stuff, like Willems kicked it out on the full, missed a shocking penalty, missed touch, like, I don't know, sometimes that's just the way it goes. Stan Sport's good with the VPN. Yeah, Stan Sport does seem like a pretty decent option. What is this game with the Kiwis and Fiji? Is this a knockout game? Are the Kiwis out if they lose this? Fiji got a lot of top-class NRL talent. Fair enough. Maybe that's why it's a close game. Quarterfinal, so the Kiwis will be out if they lose. Fair enough. Fiji is pretty close to the trial line at the moment. They're on their final. What do they do? If they score here, it could be interesting. That's a bad pass. Oh, try the grubber. What the hell? I don't understand league. I don't know what just happened. Oh, second half. No, that's... Oh, shit. I just saw the game started again, but no, it's just highlights. Fair play to Ireland for the future, that young talented team. Yeah. I still think there's a question mark around 10 once Sexton goes. Like, is it Carberry? I'm not convinced. I mean, there's a few young guys who've had other goes. Hey, Victoria hasn't watched the NHL in so long. Yeah. Yeah, me as well. Sadly. I do like watching the hockey. They just put all the results up on Stan Sports halftime coverage, and I saw the Manu Samoa logo, but thankfully I did not see the numbers next to it, so I haven't been spoiled. Nobody tell me the result, please. Why do people still give Philly so much trouble even though he kind of proven himself? Yeah, Gert, man, I don't know. He was adding some spark to the back line, so I think it's just because he had the dropsies for so long. Well, there must have been a good year where he just couldn't catch anything high ball wise. He was just dropping everything, so yeah. Ireland have Hughes issues at 10 and 3. Yeah, I like Beelum, but he's not as good as Tyke Furlong, but that's kind of an unfair comparison. lock, back row, hooker. Yeah, Ireland got heaps of locks. I mean, Henderson wasn't even playing today. Wasn't even available. Back rows, chock full of talent. Right, the Kiwis have got one more phase to go. One more tackle. Just frustrating that people can't look past and see his class. Yeah, you need to watch the... You need to, what do you call it? Like, just judge on the game that you've seen, eh? Even if there's a player you don't like, they can still have a good game. Just turned on this game as an Australian fan. Can someone from what's gone on so far? The Aussies, well, they traded penalties both sides for the majority of the start of the game, and then the Australians scored an absolute wonder try, an absolute miracle try from their own, basically their own 22. They went length of the field under huge pressure, and they managed to score. They were in front, 13 points to 6, conceded a couple more penalties, and then at the death of the first half, they kind of made a bit of a meal of a turnover and then ended up conceding right before halftime. So, yeah. How's Hooper been going? He didn't get his shoulder up for one of the French tries, which was a bit disappointing. There's a gap between him and Tupou. But, yeah. He got tackled, which led to... tackled off the ball, which led to a French penalty. Oh, the Kiwis have just scored in the league. That's a pretty good try. Big break down the left wing. I think that's what Distractor's talking about. I must be behind you. On the old BBC. Joseph Manu just scored a try. If they get the conversion, I think it's going to be all tied up. Maul defense has turned into chaos lately. Players are enter from every angle. It's genuinely a mess. Yeah, they seem to be, I don't know, a little less strict about the way guys do it. They used to be a real draw for penalties, didn't they? Maybe the powers that be are just sick of so many Maul tries. Right, I'm going to bugger off the league now. You can get out of it, league. The real sport's coming back on. I say that in jest. If you like league, that's fine. I prefer union. Some people like chocolate ice cream, some people like vanilla. But they're both yum. Am I heading over to France next year? Sadly not. I don't think my wife would stay with me if I decided to abandon her with a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old for multiple weeks while I gallivant around watching rugby. State of Origin streams were awesome. Yeah, I appreciated the game, right? Even though I didn't know what the hell was going on, I was still like impressed by the skills. But I've mentioned it probably far too many times. I find League a bit samey. But I could see why a League fan would look at Union and say, it's a bit stop-starty. You know? You could definitely make that argument. Pint in Edinburgh if I do. I'll get out there one of these days. One of these days I've got to get out there. Why don't you leave your kids with Tony at Distracted Sports and bring the wife over with me? That's a good idea. Tony can babysit. He's got a daughter who's about the same age as mine. They can play together. Fortunately for us Aussies, a lot of our grassroots union talent is playing in league. Yeah, I've heard about that. And I guess it makes sense because the Aussies only have 5 Super Rugby teams, and there's a shitload of league teams, so you're more likely to get a job if you go play league. A lot of the skill set stuff is transferable. And very trustworthy, says Tony. I don't know if trustworthy people need to say that, but anyway. Just saw Serge Betson, he's lost lots of weight. Have you seen like Kieran Reid? Even Richie McCaw to a degree, but Kieran Reid, since he stopped playing rugby, looks like a different guy. He just looks hollowed out, man. He must have been in the gym so much to pack on as much weight as he did when he was, peak rugby player. Right, France offside, so the Wallabies will have a chance at the sticks. Rita looks so thin, I thought he was ill. Yeah, it looks like really weird, April Tui? He's just changed, but maybe he's just not naturally a big guy. He just had to work his butt off, like heaps of protein and lots of time in the gym. He looks like a ghost. It is really, like, kind of disconcerting to see the change in him, eh? Like, Richie a little bit, but really with Reid, massive difference. Like some guys are naturally pretty bulky and they don't change that much. Some guys get kind of chunky when they stop going to the gym. It becomes, they get a bit fatty. But Rito is just a bit of a beanpole. Right, good shot from Foley this time. Right, 19-16, so it is a closer game. 15 kg weight loss for Rito, apparently he runs distance. Right, he's going for a leaner figure. Well, his joints probably thank him for it. Yeah, doing running instead of weight training will certainly change your body shape. 15 kgs. A fly buzzing around me. 15 kg is a lot. Can't see the same happening with Tamiafuna. Yeah, Tamiafuna, if he's as big as he is now, yeah. Some guys balloon out when they stop playing, eh? I mean, Pity Whip, he's pretty bulky now. I mean, he was always kind of solid for a halfback. So, yeah, some guys just naturally pack on a lot of weight. What the hell? Can you guys hear that fly on the microphone? It must be pretty big. Very distracting. Oh, Marchand, big collision with Tupou. Cyril Bai's kind of slow to get up off the ground. He might need to get subbed soon. Aussies are putting no pressure on Dupont. Dupont tends to have a lot of time, doesn't he? Oh yeah, Bucky's Borta. I've seen his pictures. He's pretty chunky now as well. You're right. I guess he likes his bries, that man. Where the? I think I saw it. There you are. Get out of it. You guys probably can't see the fly, so it just looks like I'm a madman, right? I'm not talking about my kids. You can probably hear them as well. The door's open, man. Just go. If you don't want to be hit by the fly spray, just go. Wow, what was that penalty for? I was too distracted. I could see Ramos line up the shot at goal. 22-16. Offside. Okay, thank you, Jezza, mate. Kieran Reid equally or easily 10 kgs of muscle. Yeah. He was a pretty bulky guy when he was at his peak. Aussies have struggled with the restarts. There's a few teams who struggle with the restarts, actually. We get horse flies in our the size of a finger. We don't get anything quite that bad. New Zealand's pretty mild in terms of pests. We don't have anything particularly poisonous. Yeah. Wasps, maybe. They're kind of a pain if they sting you. Jets have got 4-0 lead. Who did you have they playing? Was it the Blackhawks they were playing? Horseflies are horrible. Itch like a bastard. Okay. No, I don't think I've ever seen one. Oh, what was that? Another one of those slaps? Yeah, Nick White. His hand must have been clipped because that pass went straight to grass. Don't have foxes in New Zealand. No, there's lots of stuff we don't have. Heaps of we got stoats, ferrets, possums. All those bastards eat all our flightless birds' eggs. New Zealand's got a lot of flightless birds, and it's kind of not good being a flightless bird when there's predators around. Caterpillar spider? I don't think they're poisonous, are they? The whitetails are poisonous. Or is the caterpillar the one that's the cousin of the redback? It's kind of mildly poisonous, right? Another penalty for the French. Wallabies are struggling, man. Penalties conceded has always been their Achilles heel under Dave Rennie. Jock Campbell. Yeah. I live in the sand dunes. Fair enough. Caterpillar spiders. Kiwis are 2 points up. Go the Kiwis. This will take it beyond a score if Ramos kicks this one. He's been going well with the boot so far. If Aussie get a yellow card, game could be over. But penalty count's getting pretty high for them. If they keep conceding, they will get carded eventually. But he's pushed that one wide, so Australia kind of stay in the game. My kids are having fun, whatever they're doing. I have no idea what game my kids are playing, but it's fun. Abby's the only team to win up north. Possibly. There's still 2 games I haven't seen the results of. Watch your videos a lot, but it's the first time watching you live. Really great experience. Oh, that's good to know, mate. It's probably a bit too much for some people. Some people are probably like, geez, I can handle this guy for 10 minutes in a match preview, but an hour of him just talking bollocks. But no, I appreciate that, man. Wales are poor, to be fair. I never know how to feel about Wayne Pivac's Wales side. I feel like he's not getting the best out of them, to be honest. Foley with the clearance. France go quickly. Argentina to do the business. That'd be a big result if they can get it done against England tomorrow. I think that's another one that's on at like 4 in the morning. Haven't watched many videos, but you end up in the streams, Victoria. There we go. Makes the change from hearing the bollocks from the broadcast commentators. I guess it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. What do the Aussies do here? Counter from their own half. It's risky with how many penalties they've given away at the breakdown. Wales overachieved under Gatland. Reality is hitting under Pivac. Maybe. He still managed to get them a Six Nations title. Wales relying on an aging cohort. It was always a tricky one to kind of manage the senior guys in the squad, eh? Like Andy Farrell was criticised in his first year with Ireland for relying too much on all the old boys. But he does seem to be just kind of slowly introducing the young guys in to get a bit more game time, eh? Oh yeah, Gatland got them to a World Cup semi, Allard. You reckon Pivac can do the same? Ireland have depth everywhere but fly half. Yeah, everyone tells me like this guy's going to be the next guy. Like for a while, Carberry was going to be the next guy, and then it's kind of like, maybe. And then Ross Byrne's going to be the next guy. Like, at Ireland level doesn't look that great. Oh, his younger brother's going to be the next guy. Doesn't quite pan out. There's a couple of guys been playing. Like Jack Carty is one guy who maybe didn't get a fair crack. Don't know. They reckon he doesn't kick goals consistently enough. And then there's a couple of Munster flyers, right? Was it Crowley and the other guy? Yeah. They never quite seem to hit the potential people reckon they might have. Frawley, yeah, I suppose Frawley's another one. He could be the guy. Ben Healy, yeah, it's another one. Ben Healy looked like the business for a few games when I watched him, and then I saw him kind of have a couple of poor showings for Munster, so yeah, I don't know. Tackle on Hansen, yeah, it wasn't the best. He's probably lucky that he landed not like on his head directly, eh? Hooper, absolutely. It's great to see Hooper. And he seems to be playing with a smile, which is great because even prior to him taking his break for his mental well-being, he'd been kind of talking about like how he wasn't enjoying his rugby that much. So how much time is left, Simp? We are at 53:51. Will Skelton has just come on. He's a big human, but so is Talfa Whanua for the French. So, two very big men. Don't forget about Georgia Uruguay tomorrow morning. Are they even broadcasting that one? I know the Autumn Nation series broadcasters, but I haven't seen who's broadcasting Georgia Uruguay. And yeah, Brian, once Sexton retires, we'll get a clearer picture of where Ireland's depth is at 10. To be honest, when Dan Carter retired from the All Blacks, I was thinking we're going to have trouble, but we've done okay. It's not been doom and gloom. I mean, nobody's Dan Carter, but yeah. Oh, French have lost it forward, and it's a penalty. You can hear the birds outside the place. There's a lot of pukikos over that way because there's like a mangrove over that way. So you can often hear the pukikos going at it. We do get tuis around here. So, but no, I haven't heard one just yet. Right, the Wallabies are not opting for 3. Some said when O'Gara retired, Owen would struggle, but Sexton was blooded and he's still playing. Yeah, sometimes that's the way, eh? Did Cruden or Barrett play after Carter retired? That was the debate. Should it be Barrett or should it be Cruden? And I think from memory, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but Cruden had the early running, but then he managed to fall out of favour and never really got back ahead of Bodie. Maul time for the Aussies. They're slowly going forward, but they've been brought to ground. They still have the ball. There's bodies all over the ground. Frost playing halfback as a sight to be seen. Skelton, messy ball. They're going backwards, the Aussies. The French are relentless at the breakdown. Hooper's having to clean out. Nick White's taking a sweet time. Tupou with a carry. God, the French just want to get their hands on everything. Oh, Campbell's got it. I think he's got that. Wow. Yeah, Jock Campbell had the defenders kind of in two minds. Great line from Jock Campbell. Just kind of glided between the two defenders to keep them unsure. The winger didn't bite in. If he bites in, it's a try because there's still a man outside. Big conversion for Foley. If he gets this, they're in front. If he misses it, they're still a point behind. No free-to-air rugby in Australia. None in New Zealand either, mate. Sadly. Did they not show this game on, like, Channel 9? Wasn't Cruden more like Carter? Cruden was more of a... Yeah, more of a... traditional 10. He wasn't that quick. He was solid, very good distributor, good playmaker. But Bodie was all X Factor. And bloody hell, talk about X Factor. What a kick from Bernard Foley. And he's put the Aussies back in front. Goodness gracious me. It's all on. I thought the Aussies were starting to look dead and buried, but they've come back really well. Both French games are free to air. That's good news. Stream's about a minute or two behind. That's kind of situation normal. I think. This is the kind of test that people love to watch. Indeed. Long shot. We've still got 22 minutes to go, so still heaps of time. There's a bird in my garden. Oh, French gone into touch. Good defense. Kiwis won in the end, but the Kangaroos away in the semi-final. That's going to be tough. I don't know much about league, but I know that the Aussies in league are generally the team to beat. France by 25 is looking like a poor choice in your Super Brew. Let's have a look. What did I pick? Certainly didn't pick the Australians. I picked France by 16, so looking equally poor. I had to pay Amazon Prime to watch this, I bet. Opal Miner, I bet you're loving this. Your team's playing well, bro. They're doing really well. 20 minutes. The final 20 is going to be a big test for them, but man, they've acquitted themselves pretty nicely. Pretty nice kick as well, man. No space on the wing. Ramos has to kick with no angle. Oh, has Tom Wright put that into touch? Bro, you should have left it. Hard call, but yeah, that's just taking the momentum away. But your guys, Opal, man, scored the try of the season, maybe, with that first one. Had that already crossed the plane? Whose lineup is this going to be? It's good to see the top teams can all beat each other. Celtic. Yeah, pretty much, eh? You can genuinely see upsets from the teams like 1 through 9. Even 10. I think Japan's 10, right? We are at 60 minutes on the clock. That time Pino managed to grab a hold of Tom Wright. Wasn't let him get away again. I said France by 10, you knew Aussie would put up a fight. Yeah, final 20 is always, well, not always, but often the telling period, but we'll see. Jake Gordon's come on. Puts boot to ball. Oh, England led his third try, the Abby Dow one. The Abby Dow one was a hell of a try. Seriously. Yeah, that was a hell of a try. She's got wheels, that woman. Right, things are settling down a wee bit with a bit of a kick and duel. Callaway. Jalibert hits it low. But no, the Aussies handle it pretty well. Foley. To Ramos. He's putting up the big up and under. Well done, Tom Wright, to take that one. This could be the last genuine chance for Skelton to get a Wallaby call-up for the World Cup. He needs to add some impact, doesn't he? Yeah, that was a big catch from Tom Wright. He needed to catch that. Jalibert puts more boot to ball. Joe Campbell does the same. Oh, Jalibert's going to put the up and under. Here we go. He's chasing it himself. Ooh, he knocks Foley out the way. Tom Wright's going to have a run. He's had a few runs today, actually, hasn't he? Didn't change top for this game. No time, man. there's only like a 20-minute window between the games. So I've got to write down my stats, which only come out at the end of the game. I already had the whiteboard pretty much written up. Finish up the whiteboard, final score, record the video, upload the video, add the thumbnail, change the title, blah, 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 and then set up the stream. It's a miracle I got this stream up just in time. So, yeah. Good morning, Pat. We're having a good watch of this one. Very tight game. France look really average. They're not looking like... Yeah, they're not looking like the French team that won the Grand Slam just yet, are they? I am watching the game on Sky Sports in New Zealand on my telly. And indeed, Admiral, it's a long morning of rugby. My morning is not done yet either, because I've still got a couple of games to catch up on. Big Will gets a bit isolated though. Oh, but off their feet. The French at the breakdown. That's a penalty. What can the Aussies do with the free shot? Oh, it's an intercept, back for the penalty. Opal's 40 seconds behind. Alright, mate, don't worry, take care. You can pause me. Someone else has got me on pause to make up the difference, but I don't think you can pause the chat. Yeah. Gotta stay on your feet. They're not winning the kicking game, which is a lot of what France do is based on. Yeah, France, interestingly, play with a lot less possession than most of the teams. Like when I look at the stats, they tend to be in the 40s, the 45. They would rather kick you the ball, you make a mistake trying to get an exit play, and then they punish you for it, eh? Paused me to catch up. Well done, mate. Yeah, that works. Cam Foley slot this one. He's nailed it. Gary, what time did I start watching Rugby New Zealand? I got up at just after 4 something. But I'll be honest, I didn't start watching the New Zealand game live. I started watching it about 10 or 15 minutes behind, and then I knew I would have half time to catch up. So I watched it delayed, and by the time I was watching the second half, I was watching it live, if that makes sense. It's 22-26. Man, this... Do we dare start talking about a potential Aussie victory just yet, or is it still too early? Because we've still got 14 minutes to go. You can't pause the chat. That's what I figured. This could be an epic result. Hypothetically, do you think this would be a bigger upset than if Wales got a win earlier? Ooh. Given the historical stakes, the Wales result probably would have been bigger, but in terms of the world rankings positions, yeah, the French are supposed to be pushing for number 1. Thoughts on Savia's dummy pass? Bro, I feel sorry for Nicky Smith, man. Savia, if you guys watch Super Rugby, Savia tries that pass a lot. Like, you'll see it 5 or 6 times a season. He's been doing it for a few seasons now. Nobody's ever bought that pass. But Nicky Smith did. That's an ad for persistence, I guess. Oh, God, here come the French. They've gone through a bunch of phases. Aldrit's been stopped. There's no ball. Back for the penalty. Xavier never got away with it down south. Nobody buys it because it's ridiculous. Who passes the ball like that? Goodness me. Aussie benefit playing Scotland last week? Oh, definitely. There's certainly a bit of cohesion there that maybe the French guys are lacking, eh? Extra game ahead. There's not been a lot of TMO in this game, which has kind of been refreshing, eh? Oh, France. Going for the corner. Interesting change in tactic. Yeah, Big Wolf Skelton needs to be the maul defender here. Oh, what maul defense from the Australians. The French are going backwards, but they're still going forward, the French now, through Geelong. Back for a penalty. Mesmer doesn't like Jaco Piper. French are going to go again. Australia first half with handling from... People got too excited about France. You might be right. Oh, they're not Mortar this time. It's Aldrit with the big carry. And he's knocked it on. Australia going to run it out their own goal area. They're going to try and replicate that first half try. But no, they're tackled. Wow. Australia get a penalty, so that's a free exit for them. Jets for Blackhawks. No, the Blackhawks kind of suck now, right? Because they've still got big contracts on Patrick Kane and Jonathan Taves. And those guys are getting old, sadly. But yeah, well done Australia, man. Need a big exit from Bernard Foley. Yeah, decent kick, just short of halfway. Yeah, they just knocked it on. The offload just hit the shoulder. Lovely stuff from Australia. Yeah, there's still just over 9 minutes to go. Crazy how Australia defended against that. Oh no, Rob Valtini's kicking. There's a reason he doesn't kick the ball much. Goodness me, that was awful. Oh, Geelong's knocked it on. Wallabies have conceded a few penalties, haven't they? Good charge down from the French. They're playing relentlessly at the moment. Time, Benjamin, we are at 71:30. Clock has stopped at the moment. Yeah, what do France do? 2 penalties will do it for them. Cole's preparing for heartbreak. Unless they can score one more try. Either way, yeah, the Wallabies I think have done better than most people expected. Well, I can see Ramos has got the kicking tee, so I guess the French figure the way the whistle is being blown, they might as well just go for the threes because you'll probably get at least one more before full time. Sean reckons take the 3. Yeah, they're on top at the moment, even though they're behind on the scoreboard. I find it hard to believe they won't get at least another shot at goal before full time, so yeah. Foley's gone off. Hodge has come on, so is Hodge going to play at 10? He's got a big old boot, Reece Hodge, so maybe that's the thinking. Get the hell out of Dodge. Big restart, keep the French down their end. Ramos has nailed that one. It's 25-26. France have been poor by their own standards. Yeah. 1-point ball game. Lolacia, I don't think he's injured, he's just not selected. It's 25-26 now because France just kicked a penalty. Oh my goodness. Australia have got the ball in the French half. There's less than 8 minutes to go, about 7 minutes left. And the Aussies have got advantage now. Is that a high tackle? Back for the penalty. What do the Aussies do here? You take the 3, get beyond kick range, make the French chase the try. High tackle. I think you got to take the 3, but Hodge is the one kicking. Hodge is not exactly a reliable goal kicker. He's got a big boot, but not the most accurate. They're going to opt for the 3. Yeah. Tofafano is a big guy on a much littler guy, but still. How long left? 74:10 is the clock as I sit here watching it. Reece Hodge is lining up a shot at goal. He's only just come on. It's a very kickable one, but God, it's Reece Hodge. If it was 60 metres out, I'd probably back him to get it, but it's a lot closer than that. Nah. Oh, he's got it. He curved it around. It looked like it was going to go wide to start with. What a kick, Hodgie. I never doubted you for a moment. 25-29. Goodness me. How do you know what the ref is saying? Yeah, I got the volume exceptionally low, so I don't really know what the ref is saying. I just rely on his gestures. He kicked it so high it was hard to tell. Reece Hodge does that. He kicks it above the post, so it's often hard to tell. Less than 5 minutes to go. France probably need a try. Who do Australia play after this? Somebody else remind me, I forget. Have they got Ireland? think they got Ireland. Oh no, Pinot scored. Oh my God, that came out of nowhere. France have just scored. France are just like, okay, we need a try. We'll just get a freaking try then. No way. No. 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 Oh, Hodgie had just got the bloody penalty. Jalibert got over the advantage line. Not really tackled. Dupont spun it wide. Jalibert with the wide pass. And he just got round Tom Wright. Fended Callaway. And over. Jesus. My God. Oh, no, it wasn't Callaway. It was Campbell. Oh, man. Wow. Wow. Pinot was pretty amazing there. Aussie defence, Wright and Campbell. One of them needed to get him, and neither did. One of them needed to get him. Conversion. He's missed it. Oh, it's 30 points to 29. 30 points to 29. Goodness gracious me. Grandstanding finish. Classic Wallabies. Red Wings beat the Islanders 3-0. That sucks. 2.5 minutes to go. Pinot kicks it long from the restart. Good kick with no angle. Bloody good kick with no angle. Cole was ready for heartbreak and he called it. Oh man, what happens? You can't give away any penalties if you're France from like 55 metres or so because Hodge can kick them. Whether he does or not is just a roll of a dice, but he's got a big old boot. Was that not straight? Oh, Australia. What are you doing? You're shitting the bed. No. No, Australia. No. Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, man. Jamin says I'm accustomed to this as an Australian. Classic Wallabies. Snatching defeat, aren't they? From the jaws of victory. Laugh so hard at that expression. Oh, I'll have to go back and watch it myself. I don't know what I look like. Yeah, they need to win a scrum penalty, basically. Just when they it looked like they were going to win it. With that Hodge penalty, it's like, right, France need a try, and they've only got like 4 minutes left, but boomfa, they got it. They'll reset it. So it's going to take another 30 seconds. It's been, whatever happens, it's been a bloody interesting game, isn't it? There's been some cracking tries. I still think that Wallabies first one was better, but that individual brilliance one, I mean, the Jalibert pass sets it up, but Pinot's one was also pretty bloody good. Dupont's going to play the 80. Luku's not going to get on. Northern Stadium vibes for sure, man. 30 seconds to go. Scrum is about to be fed. 25 seconds to go. Wallabies have to attack it, but the ball comes out. Jake Gordon's all over Dupont, but the ball comes out. The Wallabies flood the breakdown and they get the ball. The Wallabies have got one last shot, folks. The Wallabies. What can they do? Hodgie could kick a penalty from there. They're just short of the halfway line. France need to be very careful. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? I don't know. My daughter's crying. She doesn't know what's going on. Oh, Dante. Oh, it's a penalty to France. That's it. That's game. That's game. That's game. That's game. Oh, poor Wallabies. I mean, bloody good effort. Who was picking France by 1? Not me. That's for sure. So, like, it's not all doom and gloom with that result for sure. But yeah. Jeez, crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well done. Both sides. Good game. Good game. Good ad for the game. That one, some cracking tries. Close finish. But yeah. Anyway, I better go. See what my daughter's crying about. But yeah, cheers, Luke. I hope the watch-alongs are fun. I enjoy them. They're, yeah, they're good value, aren't they? So, yeah, you guys all take care of yourselves. I will, I'll hopefully see you guys for another one next week, because there's still plenty more rugby to come in the rest of November. Take care, everybody. I'll see you again for another one. See ya.